Miss Venus Williams to serve. For set. Play.
She has seen that serve before.
11-15.
There's a lot difference between the pace on the first and second.
Love 30.
Serena doing a good job early on of returning that first serve. Spectacular start.
Love 40. Fifteen 40.
What a magnificent stroke.
Serena Williams.
And Serena picking up where she left off in 2003.
It's a compact
First game.
backhand, and she just uses all parts of her body so well there. Totally under control.
I was impressed with the return of serve. She stayed down beautifully. Seems to be hitting the ball so cleanly already in the first game.
Miss Serena
She
Williams.
generates
to serve.
power with those legs, the core area, and with their arms, wrist. It's a beautiful looking shot, that's for sure.
Fifteen love.
She also uses that slice serve very effectively on the deuce court.
I think that's her favorite serve, the one out wide.
At the moment, it seems that everything's her favourite shot.
30 love.
And this is when she plays her best, when she has good footwork, little feet, and really gets herself in good position to drive the ball, to dictate. She knew where Venus was going to go.
Well, she did know where she was going to go, but that was a good passing shot, a tremendous volley.
It was. But she obviously knows where Venus likes to hit, and she was there. Good execution.
Let. For service.
I noticed Venus standing inside the baseline on her first serve. I mean, Serena's got a lot of power. That's a risky proposition. Surprised to see her in so close.
Again, Miss Serena Williams.
A hole to love and a perfect start.
Miss Serena Williams leads.
Talk
2
about
games
hitting the
to
ball
none for
clean.
set.
Yeah. Wow.
She's been flawless so far.
Is it easy to manage those emotions in a Grand Slam final?
No. but she's sure doing a good job right now, Serena, that's for sure. Of course, you're asking the wrong guy, but
So just out.
nothing working for Venus so far.
But that return of serve was just punishing.
Well, the first serve was 89. It rattled here. 5 minutes in, she's in a bit of a hole. This wind's going to make life tricky, especially on the second serve.
It's very gusty.
Love 30.
First double of the final, but a 28th overall, and trying to combat that with the 34 aces that she served in the tournament. She has struggled on a serve at times.
Fifteen 30. All.
Crucial for Venus to hold here, to feel like she's even in this match. Can't afford to get down 2 breaks.
Well, it was well watched.
Love to watch Serena Williams.
40-30.
Just before Venus hit this, she darted off to her left, so she was there, but it was just too good for Venus on the last 2 shots. Right back at ya.
Miss Venus Williams.
Well, what do you say? I think that erases any doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Serena Williams leads 2-1 for set.
Well, it was the perfect answer for Serena. You'd expect that from her, but Venus appeared to be ready for it to come right at her, and that's the best answer you can give. Hit a volley winner off that shot. I mean, that was tough. So that was a big hold for her from love 30 down. She can sit down and build on that game now. Finds herself right back in the match.
It's been expedient in some ways, hasn't it, for people to build this up as perhaps, being, a conspiracy theory, because they don't really know quite what to write when the Williams sisters play each other.
But I think that was any questions at all was erased with this shot right here. Going for the stomach, and as you said, John, Venus was ready. She knew it might be coming. She's probably had that shot drilled at her about 1,000 times before from Serena.
Well, the other part is they are playing doubles. They're scheduled later today to play the finals. They've both talked about how the doubles has helped their volleying and their singles to get to the finals here, and I think that was evidence right there. The quick hands.
I've actually done a couple of their doubles match, the quarters and their semis, and they're volleying very well. And they're having to volley very well. Everybody hits so hard these days.
Let for service. 15 love.
It looks so easy for her, and yet you look up at the IBM gun, it's 115. You say, okay, whoa.
Just beautiful technique. Everything working so well together for Serena on the serve.
Tracy, I was sitting in the box for the 20 minutes
15
prior to this match. How windy is it out there? Because we've seen both ladies now just take quite a bit of time before serving.
It's windy, but then there'll be big gusts of wind. But I will say, they, from the age 10 and 11, they moved to Florida, and Florida's quite windy as well, so they should be used to this a bit.
Being in your backyard court in Florida, not quite the same as here, the Wimbledon final.
Fifteen 30.
Venus again is inside the baseline, returning her first serve. I mean, she's got too good a serve, I think. It's a tough proposition to.
Net.
Venus has been standing there all tournament, but you're right, John, and this serve is so much bigger, and Serena served 48 aces coming into this match in the tournament. The only thing I could think of, she's trying to cut the angle off, particularly on the one out wide that Serena loves so much.
She's going to have less time. This isn't Dementieva serving here. Well, that's just what you talked about.
At least she got a racket on it. I mean, Zheng Ji, who Serena played in the semis, was only 5'5". She was miles away from those, even reaching those serves.
Game, Miss Serena Williams.
She robs herself of the time I think she needs. So let's see if she makes an
Miss
adjustment.
Serena
So
Williams
far,
leads 3 games to 1 for set.
it's gone Serena's way.
She's lost serve just 7 times in this tournament, but just twice in her last 3 matches coming into this final, Serena.
Love 15.
Well, she knows she needs to keep her off balance, but that's tough for Serena to hit over the 6'1.5" Venus Williams. Who's
15-30.
There's times where that left arm comes down too soon and throws her off. And she ends up using very little of her legs to generate any power, and that's where you see the doubles come in.
And she knows that. She's been told that so often. It's just a question of doing it when she gets out in a match. Like you said, John, you're out here, and the nerves filling your body. She's got to stay up more.
Another incredible return from Serena Williams.
She had no time but just to block it
30-40.
Well, she used Venus's pace.
and turned very quickly. In her notes last year in the Australian Open final, when she beat Sharapova, one of them was turn fast. And that's on the return. Turn fast and stay down.
That's what I forgot to put on my notes.
She writes a lot of notes. Reads them on the changeover.
What a volley.
Deuce.
She had to dig out a very tough shot here in order to stay in this game.
This was a great pass. Not too many players would have been able to hit this type of volley.
Advantage.
Well, that's a classic
Miss
case of
Venus
just,
Williams.
putting a racket out, just taking a swing there. I mean, she looked out of the point, and then it just rolls over the net.
Best range in women's tennis, 6'1.5", and so speedy. Covers so much court.
Game, Miss Venus Williams.
It's been 5 years since these two met in a major final, but it's been worth waiting for.
Miss Serena Williams leads 3-2 for set.
Serena's up a break at the moment, serve working well, and I think Jason Goodall is about to tell us why.
Well, certainly try, Mark. We know that Serena's got one of the most effective serves in the women's game. Not quite as pacey as her sisters, but what she lacks in relative terms in regard to pace, she certainly makes up for with accuracy and variation. And so far at the championships, she's served remarkably well throughout, particularly in her last two matches where she's averaged 86% of points won when that first serve has found its mark. Now, one of her favourites, as Tracy was talking about earlier in the match, was the slice serve out wide to the juice court, and I think that's an excellent tactic for her to use for a number of reasons. Firstly, it's a great way for her to earn cheap points. Secondly, of course, that's the serve that goes out to Venus's forehand, which we know is the slightly weaker of the two ground strokes. And thirdly, even if Venus manages to get the ball back in play, then Serena has the open court to make good use of. So if Serena can serve intelligently this afternoon, she's got every chance of winning this match.
Jason, thanks very much, and that's exactly what Serena will be looking to do to continue holding her advantage over her elder sister.
She almost always serves intelligently. I mean, that's one of her great strengths. Variety. She throws different spins at you, gives you different looks, speeds. I mean, it's an outstanding part of her game.
And the second serve, the best in the game, deep and with good kick, tough to attack.
She's going to challenge that.
Miss Serena Williams.
Pretty
is
easy
starting
miss
the
if
ball
it goes
on the
wide,
sideline.
because the
Ball's
court
gone
was
out.
open. She hit the serve that we just talked about, opened the court up, as she often does. And she
And
did catch the line.
clearly in, right, John?
Clearly in, no doubt. How could they miss that?
15 love. $30 love. 40-11. 40-11.
Hold!
$40-15.
She hasn't seen a lot of second serves, but surely needs to take advantage when she gets them. Did so there.
$40-30. Game with Serena Williams. Miss Serena Williams leads 4-2 for set.
See when that ball moves through the court, how difficult it is for Venus at 6'1", 6'1.5" to handle that. Strong start for Serena. Incredible pace on that forehand.
Love 15.
Well, the return of serve from Serena has really been a standout today. She's had no trouble returning it with plenty of pace.
Volleying well again. Great movement to it.
And that was the key for that last
15
volley.
all.
She really pushed herself to move forward and catch this ball well out in front before it got lower than the height of the net.
Neither player has lost a point when they've gone to net. Exceptional technique. These are tough volleys they're hitting.
Once again, the wind playing havoc with a ball toss.
$30-15.
John, did you used to find this stadium, the centre court here, fairly sheltered from the wind?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can show you how gusty it is that this is a problem. It's really kicked up. That's why Venus trying to slow down here.
30 all.
Perhaps a little more protected this year, of course. The roof completely off last year.
(40-30).
Jamming Serena Williams on the serve. And then wrong footing her. Serena running to her left, tries to change direction. It's not in time.
Game, Miss Venus Williams. New balls, please. Miss Serena Williams leads 4-3 for set.
Good solid hold in the end for Venus Williams. Some troubling moments there on serve, but well, it has been a remarkable story for both these. Venus in particular, 14 years of age, said, I could go beyond number one. With the way that I play, my height, aggressiveness and courage and no fear, I could change the game. Do you think she's done that, or do you think she's needed her sister to do it?
I think she was the one that first started it, but then I give them both credit for really changing women's tennis and making it so much more of a powerful game, an athletic game. They came in and were dominating 2000 to 2003, and then you had the likes of Justine Inna and Kim Clijsters on the heels of them, and they had to be much more fit, much stronger, hitting big shots and big winners on the run. They were the first players that I can remember on both sides that were hitting offensive shots when they were on the defense, and that changed women's tennis.
When I played against Agassi, he was able to use the return as a weapon. Monica Seles on the women's side was the first player I ever saw stand inside the baseline and hurt you off the serve. There's Billie Jean King, who won like 50 Wimbledons or something like that.
20.
And these two have taken it that next level because they're so strong with the serve, and they've got that return. So athletic.
Love 15. (15 all). (30-15).
That's the shot she can ill afford to miss if she wants to get back in this set. It was there for her. She'd gotten herself in the point with a good deep return. Unfortunate miss for Venus.
(30 all).
First double, their depth was there, wide.
As you were saying earlier, John, so secure normally on her second serve, just the one double fault in her last 3 matches coming in here.
(30-40).
First break point of the match for Venus Williams.
Impressive way to save it.
Well, that's her hardest
Yes.
serve today, out wide. These new balls are moving through the court at the moment.
Advantage, Miss Venus Williams.
It's a good call by Venus. These tricky, gusty conditions let that ball drop instead of hitting a tougher overhead. And she's really hung tough in this set. A chance to tie it up now.
Great return.
And Miss Venus Williams. Four games all for set.
Venus Williams talking about standing inside that baseline. She did a great job because she is robbed of time, but quick hands and just really blocks it back.
Special occasion and a special half an hour as well. Back on level terms.
Love 15.
Real missed opportunity there from Venus Williams. Serena Williams, I think that was a drop shot, but it certainly did have a lot of spin. But that should have been a very makeable shot for Venus.
It was definitely a drop shot.
Just a little deep.
A little deeper than she would have liked, but don't forget how well Venus moves. That's part of why it didn't look as good as it was.
$15 all.
Great shoulder turn from Venus.
Should give Serena a taste of her own medicine. She's got 4-inch advantage in height, and she could use that.
30-15.
She'd be better off in these tricky conditions, hitting those type of serves.
Fabulous point.
$30 all. 30-40.
Don't lose sight of how good a return this is. She's getting pulled off the court. Hits an outright winner.
Somebody just said, come on, Williams.
She's made it.
Serena furious with herself. She didn't do more with that volley. What a tremendous get from Venus. She's
Yes.
deep in the backhand court. Serena just tried to get it short to the forehand, and Venus is there. Few strides, great racket control.
She didn't punch it. She hit it with two hands and just pushed it to the open court. That allowed Venus the time to run it down.
Crucial point that was.
Advantage, Miss Venus Williams. Yes.
Both players feel so much pressure to keep the ball deep and keep hitting with power. If they let up just a touch like Venus did there, their sister will nail it in the corner.
Well, the irony on that previous point is Serena's return was
Advantage,
short,
Serena Williams.
and Venus, maybe she was surprised, and she just pushed at it. And now it looks up, she's down break point again.
Deuce.
Quality of the ball striking has been exceptional given the conditions, and well, the amount of winners to unforced errors from both women is sensational at this stage.
Advantage. Miss Venus Williams.
Serena asked Carlos Ramos, so that was in. He clearly caught line there. Took a bad hop.
That's immense power.
Deuce.
The accuracy on the return to pull Venus out wide and then hits to the open court. Power and accuracy is beautiful combination.
Advantage, Miss Venus Williams. Let. Replay the point.
But you know what? Serena made a noise that she thought the ball was going to be wide. Let's see what happens here. Maybe she'll give her the point.
Serena thought her ball was going wide, so
Well,
said no.
She said no.
In the middle of
dropped
the
in.
point, which you're not allowed to do.
Serena's going to give her the point. Now that's fair. That's a good call. Sisterly love.
Miss Venus Williams leads 5-4 for set.
It's been a rather remarkable spectacle. I mean, the shot making. It's been some fantastic points in that, and then for that to happen there, both have had chances to win the game, and then suddenly she hits a backhand, feels it's going to go wide, and the ball dips in.
Calls no in the middle of the point, which you're not allowed to do, and he tried to say play two, and Serena wouldn't do it. And Venus, she walked straight to the chair as well. So interesting. There's so many emotions, and I think the person that this is the hardest for has got to be Oracene. I mean, as a mother, I'm a mother, to see your, two children out there. There's Oracene, and Richard's flown home. He says he has done his job. My job is done by getting his two daughters to the finals.
He says it's watching his kids fight. He can't bear to see that. But it's also a bit of a no-lose situation, as you must say.
Well, you have got to look at the glass half full, but you really don't want to see one of your daughters. And now they're both ladies at 28 and 26, but I think when they're really young, you must want the older one to win. When they're 10, 8, 12, something like that. But now they're women, so I think it's may the best one win now.
I mean, they're playing hard, these two. This is
and when they look up,
set.
they've got to look at their hitting partner or their agent. They can't look at mom because mom's so neutral. Unusual situation.
Serena serving to stay in the opening set.
Love 15.
And the wind wreaked havoc on
15.
both of those first 2 points.
Pressure telling perhaps on
15,
Serena.
30.
There's a little tentativeness now from her strokes, whereas when she had that 4-2 lead, she was hitting with such conviction. She was so sure of her shots. Now pulled up on that one. Didn't really drive through it.
So 2-love, love 30. Looked like a double break. 3-1 break point. Venus had hit a great volley to get out of that game and a let cord. And now Venus is 2 points from winning this set. Two aces
40,
help.
30.
It's the type of set you hope ends in a tiebreak.
Let for service. Game, Miss Serena Williams.
There's nothing easy out there today. They give everything due care and attention with this wind.
5 games all for set.
But given that, Tracy, do you think this is about as well as you've seen Venus and Serena play against each other in a Grand Slam final?
Yeah, this is high quality stuff. I mean, they're serving well. It's mean, there have been some good quality Grand Slam finals that they play. The 2002 U.S. Open, the 2003 Australian. Australian, Serena won 6-4 in the third, and it was 4 in a row for Serena at that point, so gave her the Serena Slam, not the true Grand Slam, which is all 4 in 1 year.
But to try to hit that forehand return with 2 hands.
15 love.
Surprised by where it came.
Do you remember how she was attacking the first serve? Or she was attacking the return in those first 6 games. Doesn't seem to have the same mindset right now. Got to get that back.
Thirty love. $30-15.
It's the most out-and-out competitive match, which is great to see. It's been 5 years since they played a Grand Slam final, and it's changed the dynamic, in my opinion. Like they've both figured out a way to give 100%.
It's probably because those finals were coming fast and furious at that time. Now, a little too few and far between for them, for their liking.
Game, Miss Venus-Williams. Miss Venus-Williams leads 6-5 for set.
I guess what I mean by that, there was a real awkwardness in the past. Commentating a match for the fans, obviously most difficult for the two sisters, but now you just feel like there's just you don't get the sense that they're having as much difficulty giving it their all. I guess that's what I'm saying. The quality, we've seen some great shot making in the past. It's not as if we haven't seen a lot of that before, but it's quite a nice thing. I think what Tracy hit on, the main reason, the fact that it's been so long, and it seemed like it was going to happen so often that you didn't quite know how to handle it. But now the appreciation level's gone up so high for both of them, not knowing how much will happen in the future. It's like, as Venus said a couple days ago, every Williams for himself at this point.
Well, she talked about it back in, 2000, and it's not that long ago that she's sitting out there worrying about whether Serena's got enough sports drink, and and still thinking about the time she drove her home late at night from school and things like that. So to put that stuff out of your mind and just concentrate on tennis must have been incredibly tough.
Love 15.
Certainly more tentative out there.
Love
Not
13.
just
And that
pushing her shots.
That last backhand from Serena is just not going to get the job done. She actually had time to really wallop that backhand, but she just kind of, not that one, one before. And that was the problem. Got her in that situation right there.
The serve is getting her out of trouble, though.
15-30.
There's no doubt that the mindset of both of these players has to be to go after their shots, hit with authority. That's when they play their best tennis. Of course, when the nerves get in the way, it's tougher.
Solid again at the net.
And it was a backhand like this that she didn't do enough with at breakpoint 4-all, and then she went on to lose that game. That backhand volley, a little more precise.
(30-40).
Highly entertaining and competitive opening set. 53 minutes played. Venus Williams with a set point.
For set, Miss Venus Williams.
The opening set goes to Venus. And she turns the tables on her younger sister there, and in some style as well. Well, John, it was an impressive end. She was the stronger player at the end, Venus. Certainly Serena came out of the blocks firing fast, and as you said, had the opportunity to perhaps run away with that opening set, but it wasn't the case at the end. She looked a little tentative, Serena.
Well, it's rather remarkable. I mean, think about how well Serena was playing the first couple games. Actually, late into the first set, Venus won a couple very tough service games when she was already down a break. Tracy mentioned how difficult it would be were she to get down the double break, so she stayed just close enough, gave Serena something to think about, and just at the right moment, her game lifted and she became more aggressive. I think in large part because how well she's been moving forward and volleying. And Serena just started to get a little tentative, like this set should have been over with. The next thing you know, you look up, and remarkably, Venus has won the first set.
Serena had a big lead at 4-2, and it looked like she was in complete control of the set. She was serving very well. She had hardly made any unforced errors. She was returning extremely well. Venus kept coming at her, and then to me, you're spot on, John. Serena just got tentative.
New look centre court. We'll have another look next year when it has the roof finally on it. Built back in 1922, just under 10,000 people able to sit in the stadium then. Now over 15,000, and witnessing a a wonderful
Second
affair
set, Miss
between
Venus
the
Williams to
Williams
serve.
sisters.
That's how the match started.
Love 15.
She puts her hands out after this return and says, yes, why didn't I just keep doing this?
So easy. Yeah, that's pretty much what she's saying this point also.
Love 30. Fifteen 30. Thirty all. Forty 30.
Been a great example of mixing up your serves. First serve she hit the game was 120. Serena ripped it for a winner. Second serve sliced out wide, lost that point. Then served into the body, then powered it out wide, then sliced it again here. Excellent job by Venus.
Nothing she can do about that, though.
Deuce.
Much more comfortable looking backhand here from Serena. She hits that open stance, which allows her to make it easier for her to get there.
Advantage, Miss Serena Williams.
Slight miss hit from Venus there, and the ball drifting wide of the line, and an opportunity here for Serena to get off to a good start in the second set and perhaps banish the thought she had at the end of the first.
Let for service. Let for service.
She's certainly throwing the kitchen sink at Serena. She's missed one serve and 8 points. Given her numerous looks, and it's still deuce. It shows you how well Serena's returning.
Advantage, Miss Venus Williams.
Disgusted with that forehand, really on her back foot. Seems to have lost her rhythm a bit since the first 6 games. Nice pass from Serena. It got the reply that she wanted.
Deuce.
It was a nice pass because she didn't hit it as hard as she could. She just got it down at the feet of Venus Williams. Smart play.
Advantage, Miss Venus Williams. Game, Miss Venus Williams.
129 miles per hour. That equals the record.
That just equals
First
it. I thought
game,
it
second
broke
set.
it here.
No, it equals it. She served one at the French last year and at the U.S. Open last year, 129.
So it's a record here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boy, I wish I could hit one that hard.
She's looked fairly dejected in that game, even though she was competitive and struggling a little bit, perhaps, John, with her thought process in this match.
You saw that early part of the game where she was giving the look like, why didn't I do this to finish off the first? And that may have cost her that last game.
15 love.
She tosses one down at 122, her hardest serve. Adrenaline is pumping.
But Serena is a little more calm than usual. I mean, usually she's got the fist pump coming, the screaming, the grunting a little louder on her shots. Maybe she needs to show a little more emotion.
Love.
Venus thought the point was over there. And here, she could have used the 2 hands, but it committed to 1, which makes that a lot tougher shot.
$40-15.
Venus Williams has really good footwork. I actually think better footwork than Serena. Lots of little adjustment steps right before she strikes the ball.
Game, Miss Serena Williams. One game all, second set.
Not the perfect start for Serena that he was looking for, with a break of serve, but holding on to her serve very confidently.
15 love.
Obviously a little disappointed she lost the opening set, but of course back in 2003 also lost the opening set against Venus before hitting back to win 6-4, 6-2 in that final.
all.
That's a bad hop off the line there. Sat up.
15-30.
Mistimed. Tough shot for Venus to handle. It's pretty beat up on the baseline, that's for sure. Skidded again, another tough hop.
15-40.
But at the service line, used to be beat up a decade or two ago, but now it's nice and green still. Everybody wants to hang out at the baseline. But this ball just didn't bounce as high as Venus Williams thought it would.
Break point chances here for Serena.
Oh. 30-40.
Whereas before you feel it's been Venus's good play that's thwarted Serena in terms of getting maybe an extra break in that opening set there. Unforced error off the return.
Venus Williams hit this shot with so much power and saw that Serena was in trouble. She's won 9 of 12 points up at the net. It helps, of course, to hit that approach. So much conviction.
It's a tricky ball off and that miss hit. You're waiting on it, you want to do more with it. Think you should have won the point. Well handled by Venus Williams. That was break point down.
Venus using the body serve an awful lot. It's been effective. It's mixed her serve up very well.
Advantage, Serena Williams. I saw it out. I saw it on the long line, but would you like to challenge Venus?
I mean, you see it wide.
I could be wrong. I saw it long.
Okay, I'll challenge.
Miss Venus Williams is challenging the call on the right baseline. The ball's called out.
She was asking Carlos Ramos whether it was wide or long. She wanted to know which linesperson called it.
It was both.
Advantage, Miss Serena Williams. Miss Venus Williams has 2 challenges remaining.
No chance again for Serena.
Deuce. Let for service. Advantage, Miss Serena Williams.
Under siege on serve in this second set, Venus Williams.
Serena's 10th break point now of the match. Only capitalized once so far. It's a bit surprising. Good look at a second serve.
Deuce.
Is it the sort of stat you're well aware of during the course of a match?
I don't think you're going to be aware of the exact number, but I'm sure that Venus knows that she's had to get herself out of that position a number of times, whereas Serena, she's been broken twice, has only faced break points 3 times. Venus much better on conversion rate.
I noticed she didn't put her hand and say she was sorry.
Advantage, Miss Serena Williams.
She gave a gentle fist pump.
But that was rather lucky there because she didn't do enough for that approach. But just, again, you put your racket out, something good can happen.
It raises the break point, as she has done.
Deuce.
Wonderful play this time, an ace. Right. Second.
Well, think of this. I mean, these guys, it's tough out there with the wind. They're both around 70%.
Advantage, Miss Venus Williams.
Venus is not exactly holding back. There's another big serve at 126.
Coming at Serena just too quickly, couldn't control it.
Well, where is that on the break point? Sure, she's asking herself that.
Deuce.
An 88-mile-per-hour second serve, and that's really the slowest shot she's ever going to see in a point. So she took advantage.
Perfect placement there. Not often
Advantage,
you
Mr.
see a
Williams.
second serve ace. It's such a big moment.
Deuce.
Oh, this is some game to watch it.
Some great shot making. It's who can get that first strike, that first big hit.
Advantage, Miss Serena Williams.
Serena taking that one right to the line, and Venus looking down at it. Perhaps a moment hesitation in her shot selection when it bounced, wondering if it was going to go long.
This game, 11 minutes already.
She could see the break of serve as she ran up to it, but it wasn't to be. Interesting choice of shot from Venus there.
Well, she had committed to moving forward. She was with the one hand, so it was either that or chip it deep. She chose to go for the short ball. Serena saw it coming, and she looked like she was ready to switch sides there.
Let. For service.
Venus with the slip. She got out where grass is a little greener.
Advantage, Miss Serena
Still
Williams.
has a little moisture in it. Serena charging the net. Serena hits the winner, sees Venus down and just turns.
Venus is down again and out of that game finally
Miss Serena Williams.
on the 21st point. And it took 14 minutes. I lost matches in that time. It took for Serena Williams to break serve.
Serena Williams
It's
leads
some
2
game.
games to 1.
Pretty
Second
much saw
set,
everything
Venus
there.
Williams by 1
Serena's
set
had
to
13 now break points. That's the second one she's finally capitalized on, and you can see about 5 or 6 feet behind that baseline. It's a real tricky area to move, and both the deuce and the ad points, it cost Venus here.
Do you think there's almost an argument as the grass court changes and we see the baselines become barer that you almost want to use clay court shoes as the tournament sort of gets into the end of the second week?
Well, you can't switch mid-point,
No.
which was a problem there. And you see, she felt like she was going to be able to plant her foot, and then she skidded a bit on the grass. That's a tough way to end up losing such a hard-fought game.
How pivotal do you think that might be, Tracy?
Well, it's certainly a mental game. I mean, it's very difficult for Venus to have her serve broken after such a long time, but I think actually a tougher game was for Serena to lose that 4-all game in the first set. I mean, she had the lead and she lost the lead when she yelled out in the middle of the point. So both of them have had a couple of unfortunate situations to lose tough games and to lose their serve. But they're champions. They've been in this situation so many times. They've had these experiences, and that's what makes them champions, is they pick up and forget about what's happened and think about the next point and what they need to do, the strategy they need to employ.
There's a buzz in this crowd because you're watching something rather remarkable here in this women's final.
Quiet, please.
Even got Martina wearing that hat, so that shows you something special is going on. The 9-time singles champion. 9 times.
Billie Jean's won it 6. She's also up there in the royal box.
She won it 4 times as well without dropping a set, Martina. Of course, both these women have got through to that stage without dropping a set.
Love 15. $15 all. $30-15.
That's the danger to me that she runs into when she stands in so close. These last 2 first serves were not struck particularly hard, but got the job done for Serena.
Didn't do enough with that approach shot.
30 all.
And Venus does have absolutely tremendous footwork to get herself back into position to hit a ball with the real authority there.
Open stance. Both of these ladies hit their backhand with open stance. Have to time it perfectly.
She could have come in a shot earlier, hesitated. This ball there, ready in position to hit that volley. Off balance there. Now Venus a chance to break right back.
Again, Miss Venus Williams.
And break back she does.
New balls, please. 2 games all, second set.
Something that she's done very well in this match as well, isn't it? She's not allowed Serena too much breathing space. She hasn't allowed her to get too far away from her.
It's a good time to break too. It's your last game before the new balls come out, so the balls are fluffed up. You can see they're really going after the ball. So these poor balls need a break. We need some.
They've been pummeled.
Pummeled in submission here. Going to see
New balls.
these balls really start moving.
Good
Another
illustration.
serve. Yeah, another serve at the body that really set the point up well for Venus.
15 love.
I think she respects Serena's return of serve. She knows that Serena has one of the best returns in the game, so she's throwing her everything at her. Some big monstrous serves, some kickers, some slices, different placements.
Fifteen all.
That's about as hard as you can see a ground choke being hit.
You'll see a few tomorrow, though, won't you, John?
You'll see some vicious spins tomorrow and some big hitting, no doubt. Look forward to that.
Thirty 15.
Big second serve from Venus, and we know, we've seen in the past, sometimes the one shot that can break down is that second serve. When she pulls down with that left shoulder. Last year alone, she was playing Morigami in the third round. She had 14 double faults in that one match. Seems to have nice confidence in her serve this whole championships.
Thirty all. Let. Second service.
Ball is a little smaller, and it's going to take the spin a little better. And that serve twice in a row out wide is quite effective for Venus.
The Williams family and friends take up the whole box. In the top row in the white hat is Venus's hitting partner, David Witt. And in the front row, second in, is Serena's hitting partner,
And
Sasha
Venus
Bijan.
Williams. Miss Venus Williams leads 3-2, second set, 1-2 love.
Well, she's responded so well in this match, Venus Williams, to the adversity at the start that she had, and also again here in the second set. She's recovered her poise and her lead.
It's quite impressive to see her competing so hard in such a big occasion against her sister. She did get off to that lead the last time they played at Wimbledon, winning the first set, only to go on and lose 6-4, 6-2. Be surprised if that similar type of thing happened, although we know Serena has it in her. But given the fact that start, Serena was on fire in that first set, and she weathered the storm and eventually won that. That was huge for Venus.
Time.
And you pick favorites going into Grand Slams by their recent results. And Venus Williams has played 7 tournaments this year and has only gotten to the semifinals once. And that was in a smaller event in Bangalore, where she lost to her sister Serena. Has gotten to 3 other quarterfinals, has a couple of third-round losses, third round with the French. So it's amazing. As soon as she walks into the grounds of the All England Club, her game goes up about 3 levels. Serena, on the other side, has won 3 titles this year.
Love 15.
And there's friends and family again. Sasha Bijan on the front row. Jill Smoller, the blonde next to Oracene, is the agent. And only one sister here, Isha.
Love
She's the
13.
oldest sister now.
Fifteen 30.
Well, not even Venus can get that, but wonderful movement from her in that rally.
Venus Williams covered a lot of real estate.
30 all.
She tracked down balls that most other players wouldn't get near.
In
Serena
succession.
hit a couple extra shots, still with the winner, and that was a big point at 15-30.
$30-40.
Very crucial point here. Serena Williams down a set, down 2-3, and a break point. And comes up with a big serve out wide.
Deuce.
That's what champions do. They come up with a big serve when they need it. I've heard Rogers' competitors this week talk about that. Serena's done that as well.
Advantage, Miss Serena Williams.
Pretty intense encounter. There's not really been any let up for any period of the match where somebody's managed to get well ahead. Every point, every game, so vital.
Game, Miss Serena Williams.
Every game feeling pivotal at the moment, and massive hold for Serena Williams.
3 games all, second set.
Well, you sort of don't want this match to end, so it was nice to see Serena pull that game out. I mean, this is one that, if this went on for a couple more hours, would be quite amazing.
$15 love.
Fourth ace.
was a very firmly punched forehand volley. Excellent. Attacked that shot.
30 love.
Venus dug this shot out very well. It was moving towards the ground very quickly and moved forward and then continued to propel herself forward. She positions herself at the net very well, knows where to stand.
Okay.
40 love. Game, Miss Venus Williams.
Another ball that hops on the baseline and Williams holds to love. Venus, that is.
Miss Venus Williams leads 4-3. Second set, 1 set to love.
So no ill effects from the fact that she wasn't able to break and produces one of her best service games of the match. And I think Jason Goodall has been looking at Venus's serve.
Well, certainly have, Mark. In the first game of this second set, she hit the fastest serve ever recorded by a woman at the championships here at Wimbledon, 129 miles an hour. And she's able to generate all of that power by effectively utilizing all of the major muscle groups within her service motion. Initially, her legs and trunk are involved before she starts to throw a racket head at the ball, which is when her upper arm, forearm, wrist and hand are used to great effect. Now, recent scientific studies have shown that each of those body parts contribute in varying degrees to the end result. And by effectively using those magnificent long levers of hers, Venus is able to hit her serve faster than any of her peers by choosing to hit straight through the ball upon contact with it. And when she's serving well, it's one of the most magnificent shots in the game.
Thanks, Jason. It certainly was a magnificent serve. And well, John, you played your brother Patrick in the final of Chicago in 1991, and the emotions that were going through you. He said everything about worrying about how he's doing and you're doing. And does that make this sort of performance by both the Williams sisters more impressive?
Absolutely. I mean, the biggest, best court in the world, our biggest event, to be able to do what they're doing in these tricky conditions is remarkable.
And the crowd very appreciative of the shot making, but they don't really seem to know who to root for. Everybody kind of lumps Venus and Serena together.
Rooting for this to go for a long time. That's what they're rooting for.
Love.
What's amazing is the Venus Rosewater dish is going to go to the same house. It's just a question of who will own the 2008 version. They lived together back in Florida.
Staying together here as well.
Let for service.
Too casual there.
30-15.
She's got to know after all the practice sessions and matches that Venus isn't going to give up on a shot.
Just kind of resigned. There, the court was open. She can't believe she hit it right back to her sister. I'd like to see some more intensity from Serena. She can get so intense on court.
40-15.
Work herself up.
That's the best answer you can give. 8 aces to 4 for Venus. Both have been serving well.
Game, Miss Serena Williams. Four games all, second set.
Talked about the fact the crowd lumps them together, although they are so different. Venus is more of an introvert, Serena more of an extrovert.
Love 15.
Been impressed with how Venus has defended in some of these rallies against Serena. I mean, you talk about them always wanting to get on the front foot the first big hit, but she's done a good job, I think, of just getting the ball back into the right places on the court.
Fifteen all.
Gus just came up there midpoint. Made life miserable for those two.
Slice from Serena and hits on the inside of the ball. Got to have extra good footwork and a good positive mentality to deal with a gusty wind.
Best point of the match.
Serena trying to hit to Venus's forehand more often than not, that point trying to break it down.
40-15.
Venus have nothing to do with that.
Talk
Great.
about Serena being subdued. You don't hear a peep out of her during the rally. Venus grunting away, completely solid on the other side.
Game, Miss Venus Williams.
Another big serve. Another hold of serve for Venus.
Miss Venus Williams leads 5-4. Second set, 1 set to love.
Just one game away from the Wimbledon title for the defending champion. Has this been better than you think?
Just want to take this all in. It's been what I'd hoped for. And it is one of those where you sort of don't want it to end. And Venus, her determination, she's found another gear to me and dug even deeper than we've already seen her in her great history. Because Serena's the one that's considered to be the, not as nice as Venus, and will do whatever it takes. And I get the feeling here that is shifted a little bit, which is quite interesting.
Serena's considered more competitive, better competitor. Serena's won 6 of the 8 Grand Slam finals that she's been in, only lost in 2, once to Venus and once to Sharapova. Venus is 6-6 in Grand Slam finals.
Has to be a little extra motivation that she's lost to Serena 5 times in major finals.
5 times in a row.
And on Novotny there. It's behind Billie Jean King.
Love.
This has broken Serena 3 times this match, a couple times in the first set and once this set.
Got away from her a little. Again, that wind moved it around. She had to reach for it.
Bolt.
Two very
15-30.
makeable forehands in a row from Serena. She's feeling the pressure.
It's been a familiar look at times, though, that she's a little perplexed about why she's missing the shots.
Quickly is an understatement.
She was there almost before it bounced. She was so hungry.
15-40.
So Venus Williams with 2 championship points.
Thank you.
Exceptional serve saves the first one. Serena's 9th ace. Still a championship point.
Let for service.
Venus Williams is the champion once again for the 5th time here at Wimbledon.
6-4.
A remarkable occasion once again for the Williams sisters. And finally, Venus getting the better of Serena here on centre court in the final.